Welcome. Today we're bringing you a Faroese news report, looking at the key headlines. We've gathered information from Faroese outlets like vp.fo, in.fo, and portal.fo to give you a clear picture. Our goal is to get you quickly up to speed. We'll cover these main areas first: political priorities and this chessboard vision idea, then economic sustainability and infrastructure. After that, foreign policy and security presence. And finally, social initiatives and connectivity. We'll wrap up with a quick conclusion. Okay, let's unpack this. The Prime Minister, Axel V. Johannesson, gave his Ólafsøka speech recently. That's during their big national holiday. He used this really interesting metaphor: politics as a chessboard. What's he getting at there?
Oh, yeah, it's quite striking. What's fascinating is his focus. He stressed that the hardest chess game is against the outside world, not, internal political squabbles.
Yeah.
It's basically a call for unity. He talked about needing active and creative moves, so external forces don't, as he put it, take our people piece by piece. He even mentioned famous Faroese chess figures like Valdemar Poulsen and Grandmaster Helgi Damziska to kind of drive the point home.
Interesting. So unity against the outside world. How does that vision play out with internal issues like the economy, specifically that big Suðuroyartunnilin project?
Yes, that's where it gets very practical. The finance minister, Ruth Vang, has been pretty blunt. She's called it irresponsible to even start the tunnel project, that's the huge undersea tunnel to Suðuroy, without sorting out financial sustainability first.
Okay.
And for her, raising the pension age is central to that sustainability. The whole coalition government seems to agree on that link.
So a bit of a stalemate there, potentially.
Yeah.
Connects the tunnel directly to pension reform.
Exactly. It really highlights that tension between wanting big projects now and needing long-term fiscal health.
Makes sense. What else is happening economically that ties into this sustainability idea?
Well, on one hand, student grants are going up next summer. That's popular, obviously.
Sure.
Though there are questions about funding, maybe impacting pensioners, because current pensions haven't increased and are actually lower than in Denmark. Plus, the Economic Council is warning that government reforms won't bring quick savings. It could take several parliamentary terms.
So no quick fixes.
No. And that reinforces calls for a stronger local Faroese capital market, and, to keep investments within the Faroes and stop businesses being bought up from abroad.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk foreign policy. The relationship with Denmark is always key.
Right.
What's the latest on talks about more Faroese autonomy?
The Prime Minister used that chess idea again. He said both the Faroes and Denmark have touched the peace.
Meaning they're committed to making a move.
Precisely, signaling they're ready to move towards greater foreign policy control, aiming for an equal partnership. Talks are scheduled to continue this autumn. It's subtle language, but significant.
And speaking of international positioning, Ólafsøka saw some interesting naval visitors.
Yes, quite high profile. There was the Norwegian supply ship HNOMS Maud. It's huge, over 180 meters, even has a 48-bed hospital on board.
Wow.
And maybe even more notably, the U.S. nuclear submarine USS Newport News was in Faroes waters. It had diplomatic clearance, which isn't common.
A U.S. nuclear sub. Does that point to a bigger strategic role for the Faroes now?
It certainly raises that question. And alongside this, the PM confirmed they're helping Ukraine with fast boats. They're also extending sanctions on 2 Russian shipping firms because of suspicious activity, just like the EU and Norway did. Shows clear alignment there.
Okay, let's bring it back to daily life. What about social initiatives? Things affecting people directly, like education or housing.
Right. So for youth and students, there are plans for a new campus at Frelsenum. Construction should start next year. And those student grants we mentioned go up next summer. Plus, they're converting old offices at Argerati into 50 affordable rental units just for students.
Good news for students, then. And housing more broadly.
There's a target. Add 2,000 new housing units by 2030. The government housing body, Bostadir, is meant to focus specifically on affordable options within that.
And finally, connectivity.
Yeah.
How's the internet situation? We hear about undersea cable sometimes being an issue in the North Atlantic.
Well, there was a recent break in the Sheffa cable. That did impact internet users in Shetland and Orkney, mostly Sky, TalkTalk, and Vodafone customers there.
Okay.
But the good news is the Faroe Islands themselves were largely unaffected this time. A repair ship is expected by next Wednesday to fix that break for the others.
Okay, so summing all this up, what does this snapshot really tell us? What does it mean for you, our listener, looking at the Faroes today?
I think what we're seeing is a nation really trying to actively shape its own future. It's balancing that strong desire for more self-determination with, the realities of being a small nation in a very connected, sometimes volatile world. The big challenge seems to be achieving not just independence, but sustainable self-sufficiency. It's a complex puzzle.
Like and subscribe to PAL's Fundamentals for more content like this. Sources linked below.